Hello, so it's me again, Digital Duck. We're running some Jumping Jupiter today, or right now. So this is a game made in 2020, and it's actually in two parts. The first is Jumping Jupiter Prelude, which is the free demo to sort of whet your appetite for the game, and then there is a main Jumping Jupiter game which you have to pay for, and it has a lot more levels. We're actually going to play through both of them here. So we're doing the whole thing, a full set of 50 levels, all in one go. So wish me luck. We're going to go ahead in 3, 2, 1, go. So we play as Jupiter, who's our heroine here, and she is trying to collect tea that's been scattered across the universe, across the solar system rather, not the universe. So we're going to start on Mercury. And we're going to visit the planets and a few other non-planets and get all the tea back. You might notice this is very heavily inspired by Manic Miner. We have the same mechanics where we have to collect all the items in the level and then go to the exit. And then we get a time bonus. We have a time limit, all the usual stuff. We have green keys here. They don't open the green door, they open the red doors. The green door is opened by T for some reason. We also have their items platforms that appear and disappear at set intervals. And these S-shaped, that was me jumping into the spikes, ignore that. These S-shaped or S-marked platforms are actually conveyors, and they will push you to the right. You can run against them, and you can jump against them, which helps things a lot. For the most part, we pretty much ignore the conveyors. They're not an issue to us in any way. So we've beaten Mercury, and we've moved on to Venus. Venus, the game asks us to avoid flashing bad guys, so we will avoid flashing them, and we'll also avoid touching them as well. Both are good advice for life in general. Obviously, again, like Manic Miner, you touch it, you die instantly. So we don't want to do that. As you can see, we've got quite a lot of lives. And in the prelude, this is no problem at all because we only have 15 levels. But we will switch games very shortly once we've beaten this section. So you notice that every level here has a... That was stupid. Every level here has a name. Some of them are references. The Day of the Triffids is one such reference. There's actually a glitch on this level. That hasn't happened, but sometimes it does. Sometimes the door will open when you collect that tea in the top right, even though you've still got one tea left. And I don't know why that happens. It's just something that does. And when it does, you save a second, and otherwise you don't. There are, again, like Manic Miner, there are a whole bunch of different routes you can take through these. I'm taking what I believe to be the fastest, but in fairness, we haven't really properly tested them. So there could be faster routes that I'm not aware of. I missed that platform, it's fine. We'll just have to wait another cycle. Jump ahead into the door. Onto Aphrodite's Teeth, and here's one where we're going to deliberately wait for the enemies to cycle and for the platforms to disappear. We're just gonna sit here and we're gonna chill for a few seconds just to get our bearings. And there they go. We collect all the tea, we jump back up to the green. So we've made it to Earth, and on Earth we have various different levels. They're a bit more diverse in terms of looks here, but the same concepts applies. It looks like we can jump down onto these areas and jump across them, but we can't do that until okay, that was stupid. Don't do that. we can't jump down and go across the platforms until the bridges are up. Otherwise what will happen is we will just fall to our death. It looks like we might be able to land on them, but we can't. It will stop us from landing on them. This will be especially noticeable because some of these levels get remixed for the main game. Or technically speaking, these are the remixes of the levels from the main game, where they're a little bit harder. And I don't quite know how I managed to hit that Sphinx, but okay, it's fine. So obviously here we're in Egypt. We are collecting tea in Egypt. I don't know what Egyptian tea is like. Head back to the winter. Apparently it takes a long time to gather up all this tea. Again, a conveyor belt that we're going to basically completely ignore because it's already going the direction we want it to. And we're now in the Greco-Roman section. So the centurions marching up and down aren't that big a problem. The Trojan horse at the top is what we need to worry about. It is on a cycle, and we do need to make sure we jump up at the right time to onto the conveyor at the top to both make sure we avoid that and also land on the platform just here, as it appears. There we go, and just like that. And we're on the final level of the prelude, where we have some toilets. Because again, it wouldn't be a Manic Miner inspired game without toilets as enemies. We collect the rest of the tea, put down here, and go into the door. And that is the end of Jumping Jupiter Prelude. And if this was a prelude run, that would be where we end. Well done, we got all the tea, but we're going to load the next game here, Jumping Jupiter, and we're just going to get straight into it. This is the main game. And it continues right where we left off. So from the Earth, we now go to the Moon. Again, because this is technically a new game, we're starting off a bit easier. And we're going to go through everything all over again with new levels. So what we do have new here are collapsing platforms. So you'll notice those grey platforms on the right. If we stand on them, they will start to collapse, and eventually we won't be able to use them as platforms anymore. Again, heavily borrowed from Manic Miner, as much of this game is. In this case, we're just going to take a nice leisurely stroll. There's no way to speed up this room. We just have to go everywhere. We jump here and then we wait because we can't get past the diamond. And when the diamond goes past, we can't get past the circle. Wait for the circle as well, and then we jump. On to Happy With Your Wash. Go ahead. Only 2 T's in this room, which is a nice break. Collect the key and try not to die. It's not difficult to survive that, but you just got to make sure you're not blindly going in. And again, another couple of T's and these collapsing platforms, which are not going to collapse because we're just going to jump straight up them. And we've finally made it to Mars with I believe that's a Total Recall reference. So sticking with the 80s film references here. So this is the first part where the collapsing ground actually gets some real look in here, because we're going to stand on it and wait for it to collapse as we wait for this ghost to move out the way. So we can jump over it. And I've completely messed up that jump. So while I'm here, you might notice some of the T's are turning white. That's just because an enemy is passing over them. and it's resetting the colors. It's not any kind of game mechanic. They still count as T's. We just have to collect them the same way. It's just a game not properly resetting the color. You'll see this happens to doors as well in a few cases. Onto ack. Which is the sound I make when I fail it. Like that. It's, I need to remember that the jump button is the one that makes me go up. And if I don't press it, I don't go up. Okay, so we're gonna get through this. And we have arrived at Uxlix the Zookeeper. The enemies here, you basically just completely ignore them. They're no real threat. We have a white key here. Again, just because of the bug where the enemies pass over the sprites. And Psychic Parrots of Mars. Oh, I have to say, I do prefer the Biker Mice, but the Psychic Parrots are also good. And I just landed on that spike. That was stupid. Who would win in a fight between a Psychic Parrot and a Biker Mouse? Right, we're going to get through this door, and finally we are out of Mars. We're not out of Mars. I can't count. We've got another level. We're still on Mars. I've died so many times on Mars, I've lost count of how many levels we've done. So yeah, here's the case of the door becoming white, and even when I collect this final T, it will flash, and then the enemy will overwrite the flashing and turn it into a normal white door again. So this door is active, although it doesn't look like it. As long as we walk into it, we'll be fine. Okay, now we're in Jupiter. So again, we've got some new mechanics again for Jupiter. You'll notice it says no step at the top, and it's pointing to a small pool of acid. If we touch the acid, we die. So we're going to try not to touch it. We're actually going to go pretty much nowhere near it in any of these levels. So it's kind of like it's just there. Like you'll notice we don't actually touch it. Well, hopefully. Given the way things have been going so far, I probably will touch it multiple times. So we need to wait for the platforms to reappear. There they go. We need to wait for this enemy to move out of the way. We jump. Select that item. Come down for the next level. So this level has a lot of waiting, and a lot of waiting on collapsible platforms. So these are up long enough just to be able to cross from one end of the level to the other. And we're just going to jump up and down on this platform until they reappear. There they go. Go along. Jump up here. And then we're going to jump up and down here and wait for the platforms to reappear again. There they go. To the exit. Hot piping, we have keys that are actually stopping us from falling into the lava as it stands. And let's get rid of that. We like to live dangerously. And I say that, it's actually just that it makes no difference to us. Okay, I walked into the fan. Let's not do that. That is bad. Right. We have to wait for this platform to disappear before we can get to the door. There we go. Building better worlds. So again, this is one where we just have to wait for the platforms to appear, disappear, all based on the platform cycles. That middle, that enemy going left to right, I don't think that's working right. I'm pretty sure it shouldn't look like that. Okay. Also, a little graphical glitch on the conveyor there. When you collect the item without actually touching the conveyor, it will cause that top level to have this weird effect. On to Saturn, with Knights and White Saturn. And I always get confused between this and a different song. But I believe Knights and White Saturn was the Moody Blues. I know Ruffled Bricks will be happy to correct me if I'm wrong in chat. So this, as far as I know, doesn't introduce any new mechanics. It's just, again, slightly more complicated levels, going further and further. I'm so glad I made that jump. That was that was almost a miss. Okay, Cassini's Heart, and of course, Cassini being a very common name, very popular name in the field of space exploration. There's multiple things named after him. Unfortunately, we're going to kind of go on to Leap of Faith. So Leap of Faith, you'll see I've already done the first jump that kind of reveals what the mechanic here is. We have some invisible platforms. And when you play this game casually, they are an absolute nightmare. Absolutely horrible, should never have been invented by anyone. Why would you do this? In a speedrun, it doesn't matter because we know where all the platforms are. We just jump on them. We just pretend they're there. Wait for this to move out the way. Drop down and hit the door at the same time. Spelunking Uranus. Something I wouldn't recommend. But, you know, you do you, I guess. So we're going to, again, wait for the cycles to line up. Just want to be here for this platform to reappear. Grab the key, jump across, and then very hopefully, there we go. So I have missed that jump before. Here we have some more invisible platforms. Basically, you can see where the spikes are, and where they're not, there's a platform. There's also some more platforms scattered around the top part. And you just have to learn where they are. There's one here. There's another one in between the two cups of tea on this side, and another one on the other side. Just here. Invisible Touch, again, another song reference. Sisyphus Smiling. So if this level looks familiar to you, that's because... Oh, I jumped way too early there. This level looks familiar to you. It's the same as the level we saw at the end of the prelude. This one's made a bit harder by the fact that we have bats, and we cannot actually jump down because of them. So we have to go down here and then do another cycle across. And we have to hope that we get stuck in here. There we go. Come on. Wait for this bat again. And then we're going to Try and jump out here. There we go. So this is incredibly annoying and very easy to die there, but we made it this time. You can just jump across the top here, grab the key. For the bat. Bin night. It's not actually bin night. I believe my bin nights are on Wednesdays. I don't really have anything to say about this level. Again, you might notice that we've got some very tiny appearing and okay, that was me failing to jump once again. We've got some tiny appearing and disappearing platforms on the left, right next to the door, and the top left cup of tea. So we're going to have to time it to jump onto those when they're there. Other than that, this level's not got very much of note. It's going to stand here, and we're going to jump and try and wedge ourselves in there. Because as it turns out, we don't need the platforms at all. The Blurkatron. So we've got some more invisible platforms in here. And again, just why? But it's fine. We just ignore them for the most part. We go up here, back to the seat, and jump across. Neptune it out. We're almost there. And you might think that Neptune is the last planet. But of course, we're missing everyone's favourite non-planet. And we will see that one as well. Just have to time everything around this this weird spinning droid thing. Drop down, and we're going to jump left across the conveyor belt. We're going in the opposite direction to the conveyor belt, but again, as long as we're jumping, it's fine. This level may also look familiar. It's not quite the same without the Centurions and the Trojan Horse, but it's otherwise exactly the same. There is actually no change to this, I think, other than maybe the disappearing platforms are very slightly different. But we do this level in exactly the same way. Or we try to. You could also just die for no reason. That also works. I'm just going to wait here rather than risk it. So again, we just got to wait for the cycles once again. Jump up here, jump up again, go down, jump, and exit. Mermaid's Paradise. I'm not quite sure why this is a mermaid's paradise, because there's no water. And I'm pretty sure that's like the number one requirement for a paradise for mermaids. Atlantis is calling SOS for love. We have to sit here and wait because platforms disappear again. So again, all about the platform cycles. We're going to try and get to the top of this cup of tea tower before the platforms disappear. Let's see if we manage it. We did. Lovely. That will save us a cycle. Irene's Legacy. So yeah, towards this end of the game, the levels are actually simple again for some reason. There's no major mechanics outside of just platforming. Like I don't know why. It just goes back to basic platforming. So we're on to Pluto's Hearts. So called because we've got 2 hearts, and we've finally made it to Pluto. This will be the last planet we visit, or the last celestial body we visit, to get the last of our tea back. And on to Tired and You're Showing Off. This would be a fitting name for me, but I am just the former, I think, because I'm doing really badly. Through the door. Super Metroid. If you thought this was a reference to Super Metroid, you would be wrong. Because it's not actually. Super Metroid is the name of one of the programmers or designers behind the game. I forget which. The door is missing its handle there. I don't know why that's happened, but it happened. We may never know. We got some collapsing ground for once. Through the door. It'll flash and then it'll stop flashing. And we'll go for it anyway. And on to the final level. So time will be when we enter this door at the end of the line. We do have to take a slightly interesting route through this because of the top enemy here. We can't actually jump over it. So we collect the key and this T here, and then we come back. We go behind this enemy and then collect this T and jump up just to get around there. Other than that, very simple. Pick up the T and we'll get through the door, and it will be 3, 2, 1, time. Yeah, well done. Put the kettle on. The human race can rest easy knowing all tea is safe. We've saved the solar system's supply of tea. And yeah, that's the end of that. I hope you enjoyed at least some of that. We've got some more games coming next.
And welcome back, gang. It's Ruffle Bricks and me again. And we couldn't possibly have a ZX Spectrum speedrun marathon without inviting the person who created the ZX Spectrum along as a guest of honour. I am, of course, referring to Big Daddy Clive, Sir Clive Sinclair. And this game, A Day in the Life, is all about this guy. I'm Ruffle Bricks, and I'm joined by the speedrunner who deeply regrets ever introducing me to this game, Angel Interceptor.
Yes, I do. I'm regretting ever introducing this to the world of speedrunners, just because it's and unless you can persevere with it, it can be a nightmarish experience. As we might well find out, but hopefully this is going to be a wonderful run.
Yeah, it's a ferocious game. I'm going to do my best to tame it as best I can. Angel will be doing most of the vocals throughout this, but we are going to start a run in 3, 2, 1, go.
So you can see that Ruffle Bricks is taking control of the head of Clive Sinclair. This is obviously Clive's house. Main object of the game is to pick up some items in each level, which I think there are 27 in total. Some do get repeated. So you can see Clive's just at the top there. That's a reference there. You see the bug in the attic, which I'm sure you can all get that reference. And that's the first level gone straight away. This second level is quite simple. Some balls down the bottom. Every enemy for the first few levels of the game is pretty standard, just bouncing up and down, left, right. It's nice and simple on the first couple, and that's level 2 out of the way. This one here, this is the first train station. You'll see that there are some cyan guards. They're actually in what should be quite a nice route for them to be taking. We'll see if I'm right about that in a second.
Don't ever say that about this level.
Possibly not. I just had to go down to get some money. We'll head to the umbrella, and you can see that there's a train at the top there, which Clive is going to have to attempt to get through. Can't get through whilst that trolley's in the way, though, so just has to wait a second. And that was a nice route as well.
We lucked out a lot there. The RNG was kind to me for the first time in about 3 months. So here we go.
Okay, one more quick stop here. Again, nice, simple level. The first few levels are quite forgiving in terms of their structure, as long as you know them. It takes a few goes just to get the patterns. Clive's just going to go and pick up the FT there. So 14 times it was Clive Sinclair's favourite magazine growing up. Just quickly get the FT and head back on the train. You'll see there's a couple of waiting rooms in some of these levels as well, because most of the levels have time limits. Some levels involving the train do not, simply because if the train goes, you can go and wait in the waiting room. And how long does that add to the run if you have to wait for a train?
A lot of time.
A long time.
Yeah.
First cityscape then. This is the first area. Just going to run around into the pub, because it wouldn't be a day in Clive Sinclair's life without him needing a pint first thing in the morning. He's only left his house, got the train, quickly going to go and grab himself a beer. This waiter stroke barman here is on a horrible cycle by the look of it, and blocking Clive's route back up through the drinks. So Clive is going to have to wait here a second for this this little cycle, but that should be quite clean and out. So we return back here again. All of these levels here have to be hit in a certain order. So it's Groovy Bell first. We're just going to wait here for a second. And we're going to go and head into a restaurant for some lunch. Now, there's a very, very quick cycle here. It's the first cycle, and Ruff's going to go for it. Didn't happen, but that's fine.
I'm going to go safe strat for the second attempt.
It's a horrible, horrible cycle, which Ruff picked up on a couple of months ago and completely obliterated my world record at that point. So thanks for that.
No worries.
But there is a second safe route, which is just going down like that. Now, you'll see that there are seekers on this level. The two waiters on the left-hand side will follow Clive around. This first one, you have to wait until he's out of the way. Clive's just going to do a quick loop here and go and get the last remnants of the wine. I'm saying nothing about Clive Sinclair with the amount of wine he drinks in this, but he is about to go into the wine cellar to go and get some more, but there are spiders in the way. It's actually quite a simple level, this one here. Just to pop up, get some wine. There's not a lot of waiting. So we should just be able to come down here, pop through here, and then be chased out by the spider there. Nice and simple. To get back out again, you do not, thankfully, have to go the first route. That waiter very kindly opens a route for you, and you can escape the restaurant. This is not going too badly so far.
Shh.
This is not going too badly so far. I'm not trying to jinx you. I'm just saying because we're about to head into the bank. Now, this is one of my...
It's happening again. These are all the same mistakes that happened in the main UKSG. So it's history is repeating.
This is a horrible level, though. The cyan security guards on the right-hand side are complete RNG. There is no way of manipulating these at all. And when they are doing this cycle,
Oh my God.
which is currently... which is just getting in the way, it can be helped. Clive is through. We just need to go down and press the button there. Bad cycle on the red guard there, who's just going to knock around the end there, but Clive's going to head up, press the button. You'll notice this is Clive Sinclair, who, invented the ZX Spectrum, entrepreneur, and he's about to go up and rob a bank because that's the kind of things they do. So Clive's just going to head up, grab some money from the safe. You'll see down in the bottom right-hand corner there is a security guard just poking his head around. I'm sure he's going to be no bother whatsoever. Spoiler alert, he chases you.
But one of the
But
other guards
thankfully,
gets in the
Clive
way.
has escaped. Here, you can just go left. You will just block off the two guards, but you have to wait here. You do have to wait for the red guard at the top to move away from the bottom. There's no way of going quicker on the bottom of the screen there. You'll see the other red guard. The other red guard is just very, very slow. But Clive should just make a clean getaway now with his ill-gotten gains. So we're all done in the first cityscape, and we are going to go down and head to the tube stop, to some of the, certainly my least favourite levels of the game. This one's not so bad. Clive is just going to head down. You'll see that there's a ticket there. You'll see that there's a guard there going up and down. It is impossible to get past that guard. You have to go the way that Ruffle Bricks is about to go here. We have tried. It is impossible. So we wait here. You'll notice as well, as soon as we go through the ticket barrier here, a bunch of commuters appear. These, again, are RNG, but they can be manipulated. They can be pushed. And we'll be seeing these more and more as the run goes on. If they go into... No, that was quite clean. That was quite
That
clean.
was all right. I sort of stuffed the beginning of it, but we got through them.
No, that was fine. The only real issue with this level here is that Cyan Guard, who will chase. It's a Seeker. You can see what Ruffle Bricks is doing here, just luring over and then heading down. Nice quick getaway again. However, they can open a door. So what we're going to do here is quickly nip around the top here. For whatever reason, the hitbox on that piece of luggage there is on the bottom left. It's the only piece of collectible equipment in this entire run which has a stupid hitbox.
Oh, okay.
Worst level in the game, everyone. In my opinion, worst level in the game. It's, what do you call this one? Nasty Tube Stop 2?
Yes.
Nasty Tube 2. We're going to get a box from the shop. Now we have a Cyan Seeker. We have the guard at the bottom who only goes left and right. But we also have the one in the middle who is temperamental. However...
Oh my God, that was so close. Did you see that?
I did. It was close. Now what's this?
Yeah, that's usually the right pattern for that, but I was just like a split second too late on that, and I was like, oh God, I should go back. But hey, we got through it.
It worked. So second cityscape, we are approaching the end of the game. 3 more buildings to go into. First off, Clive needs a haircut because, well, we'll tell you why in a second, but you'll see down the bottom there, Clive is just skillfully avoiding the Sinclair C5s.
He's never seen him go so fast. That's why he's so surprised.
Because not only did Clive invent the Spectrum, also other things including terrible motor vehicles which do feature in this game. But Clive does need a haircut. You can see he's looking a little bit straggly at the bottom, but does need to go and get some scissors first, plus a comb. I mean, I don't know why Clive is having to do all this himself. It's never really explained. It's never really explained in the lore of this game why Clive is having to do so much. Considering where Clive is going. Spoilers, it's a big day for Clive. So Clive should look his smartest. So we'll go and get the comb. We'll head up the stairs. Beautiful work.
I'm just being
we'll see.
Oh, what is going on with these controls?
We'll see what Clive looks like with a haircut. There he is. Clean shaven Clive. Bit too much though. So you'll see there's a chemist at the top corner there. We're going to head up to the chemist to find ourselves some hair restorer. Because it was a bit of a close shave there. This room here, you'll see the square there, the weird square, is a seeker. It can prove problematic in moving the...
Beakers.
Beakers, thank you. I was trying to think of the word out the way. They can deflect directly into you, but that was we got through that quite quickly. Clive has hair, just needs to go and get himself something from the shop, something to wear. Shall we go down into the shop? There is a nice little Easter egg there, which is the description of the level at the start of that is a direct reference to Are You Being Served, which is really quite nice. Ooh. No, it didn't go up.
We're okay.
This can be problematic because you'll see that the bug there does bounce, and it can bounce back and trap Clive. But thankfully,
yeah, this is why I never go to a Black Friday.
Okay, not taking the shortcut there. You can go down the gap there. It's safer not to. But this should be absolutely fine. We're going to go down here.
I also usually do that to avoid the shoppers there soft locking the level. So
yeah, there is a chance of being soft locked in a few of these levels because of misbehaving commuters. Talking of misbehaving commuters, we are about to go to the taxi rank.
Okay,
we're going to try and go to the taxi rank.
Safe strat on the taxi run then in that case.
That's fair. The hitboxes on this game are very, very narrow. It is so easy, as demonstrated there, just to brush against an enemy, and you will die. So the safe strat, just going to wait for a second, just for the right cycle. The red guard will go back to the right, and then we have to deal with the commuters who have to be pushed. The commuters will get in your way, and I don't think Rufflebricks has still ever seen it. There is a chance of getting screwed here. For want of better terminology, because you can go into the taxi rank and this screen not activate, but it worked.
Yeah, I've never.
So here we are. We're at Buckingham Palace because this is the day that Clive gets knighted. So there is a very, very speedy first cycle here, which I don't know if
I'm not trying it. I want to complete this time round.
That's fair.
So we have to
that
wait
is
for
fair.
that, and then it's down now, isn't it?
Yeah. So
is it? Oh no.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine, and that should.
I so rarely do the slow cycle that I forget how to do it. So
yeah, the quicker cycle is pretty much pixel perfect. With that one, at least you can. You've got a massive margin of error compared to
I just got called chicken in chat, by the way, and I'll just say, right, you run this better then in that case. You do it, okay? Because I tell you, I've had it with you people and your demands. I think this is why ESA tells you shouldn't look at chat during a marathon run. Anyway, last level.
Yeah, last level. Bit of an issue with the red guard.
I forgot, yeah, he bounces back quite soon.
But we are trying to get Clive knighted here. That's why there's a sword down in the bottom right-hand corner. The guards are being quite nice here. Hopefully you should just about make that one. It's a bit of an issue with these boots. Because the boots at the top, it is possible to first cycle them. But if the guards are in your way, it can completely blow a run. As it is, we're on effectively second cycle.
Don't you dare, red guard. I'm on to you. Come on, this has to happen.
We can do this.
Oh god, he turns. Yeah, again, almost got fooled by him again. Fortunately, it was the slower guard. So.
I'm gonna shut up while this is happening.
Oh my god, that was. Oh no! Oh, our fingers are stalling
Okay,
again.
just
All right,
wait there.
right.
Just
Come
wait
on.
there. Get it on the next
We can
one.
do this. Yeah. Oh, he's
Okay.
cyan.
And then we just.
Oh,
wait
we got
for
it.
the,
Yes.
There we go.
Time is when the congratulations screen comes up. By the way, not now, but
So please all be upstanding for Land of Hope and Glory.
redemption arc
Clive.
completed.
There you go.
Yeah. For those who don't know, I did this in UKSG summer. Just gone. Time. And we did not complete the game on that occasion. Unfortunately, I died on that last screen there. So I consider that my redemption arc. So we got
Never in doubt. Never in doubt.
How was that? I don't think that was a particularly fast time, that one. But how did we do, Grizz?
14:24.
14:20. Oh, underestimate. Okay, so
Underestimate and 20 seconds higher than my PB. So thank you.
no worries. Cool. Well, Angel, thank you so much for joining on this occasion and giving vocals to this. Any final thoughts?
Can we never ever see this game again?
Yes, I agree. Let's
From both of us. Awesome. Somebody else can have a go.
Thank you, Clive Sinclair, for creating this platform, but we don't need you anymore. Like you can do some other stuff now if you want. Anyway, yeah, thank you, UKSG for having me and Angel on this occasion, and we have got Dizzy the Ultimate Cartoon Adventure run by Digital Duck next, so stick around for that.
Hello, it's me again. So, Digital Duck, this time I'm running Dizzy 1. The very original. We've done things around about order, but we've finally arrived at the start. I'm joined by Tiny Tim here.
Hello there, folks.
And once again, we're just going to get on with it. I have done something weird with my game. I can't actually press any buttons. Hang on a second.
He's kind of locked in the start top there. I can just see him.
There you go. I'd done something with the emulator to stop it from having any buttons pressed. Anyway, we're ready to start. In 3, 2, 1. So yeah, this is the Dizzy that started it all. You might notice this is somewhat different from the games that we're kind of used to. It's a lot more arcade-like. We have an inventory at the top, but it's very hard to see because it's in very dark blue. And we can only hold one item at a time. So we are going to have to do a lot of shuffling of items to get what we need. The general goal of this game is the evil wizard Zax is terrorizing the inhabitants of this area, and we have to go and get rid of him by brewing a potion. There are a number of ingredients for the potion. We need to collect them all, put them into the big pot at the start, and cook them in this potion flask. So normally what I do on marathon runs is I take that potion bottle and dump it on the cauldron at the start because it's funny and it makes it bounce. I've forgotten to do that, so too bad. If you want to see that, you'll have to watch my previous UKSG run.
We'll just talk a little bit about this game. This is, as I say, Dizzy the Ultimate Cartoon Adventure, 1987. Amstrad CPC was the actual first version of this, but this is the spectrum version, obviously. That was a deliberate death there. If you'd like to maybe explain.
Yeah, so
why we've done that.
Much like in Jet Set Willy, actually, when you die in this game, you will reappear at the start of the room as you entered the room. But unlike in Jet Set Willy, you can actually jump out of that starting position, and we use that to get access to the cloud silver lining early. And it saves having to go all the way to the bottom of the world, pick up a burst of gold to put it into a bucket to activate the lift. The cloud silver lining is one of our ingredients we need for the wizard killing potion. So we're going to dump it in here, and then we're going to go ahead and carry on with our adventures.
Yep. The next step here, I think, if I remember correctly, we're going to be doing a little bit of what's the word? Extermination, shall we say?
Yeah, or extermination, yes.
Extermination.
And basically what we do is we first of all going to take this raincoat and we're going to use it to kill some water, which sounds a bit strange, but that's the way this works. So while you are holding the raincoat, you are immune to all water droplets, and in fact they will be completely removed from the game entirely. So we're going to just get rid of this rain cloud here because it's the only one that causes us any real trouble. We're then going to pick up the bird seed, and we're going to get rid of as many birds as we can because these are all very annoying. There's one.
Yep, Dizzy's sort of compulsion towards animal cruelty originated here. Lots of dead birds and spiders in this one.
Yeah, in fact, he developed his penchant for animal cruelty before his kleptomania. Because that didn't come about until the second game. I need to hope this bird comes down. This is the bird that always annoys because you can't really. You can try and jump from the higher level, but then what will happen is it will come down low, and it will always go where you're not. And it's not through any artificial intelligence or anything like that. It's purely RNG. It's just designed to annoy you. It's the way the universe. Yeah. It's the way the universe works.
Yeah, no, it's just bird RNG. I mean, this game, as Duck has said, is much more arcadey than a lot of the Dizzy, pretty much all the other Dizzy titles, really. And there is a lot more RNG in it as well, I would say, on the whole. Pretty much all the enemy movement and things like the apples, the spiders, the birds, the everything pretty much. Anything that's moving is pretty much RNG.
Except these raindrops are not RNG in any way, though, which is perhaps surprising because they seem like the thing that would be most likely to be RNG. But they're not, they just fall at a fixed rate. Come on, bird. Come on, bird. Oh, I thought I jumped over the bird for a second there.
The other thing you may have noticed is that this game doesn't actually have in-game music. On the Spectrum, I believe, certainly on the 128K versions, and this is a 48K game, but it doesn't have, this is the one game not to have in-game music.
Mm-hmm.
Treasure Island doesn't have it either, does it? No, Treasure Island doesn't have it either.
So we've picked up the can of insecticide, and we're now going to go ahead and exterminate all the spiders, or at least all the ones that are in our way. I like to let this one live, because it's just never in the way. Theoretically, it could be the game could be slightly faster if you do kill it, because it doesn't have to draw it or animate it as you go past. But we got to leave some alive. We're not going on a complete genocide here. We're just getting rid of the more annoying pests.
So just to point out here, the speed of the game, something you possibly noticed. Unlike the rest of the series, which generally tend to stay fairly consistent, you'll notice the speed of Dizzy, and you'll actually hear the sound of his footsteps. That's a good way of telling it. Varies quite significantly from screen to screen.
Yeah, so this does the same thing as the Minor Willy games, in that it doesn't measure the screen's interrupt rate. So it will just basically run as fast as it can without any pauses. Whereas the later Dizzy games will pause and wait for the screen to be redrawn before it carries on. So it runs at a fairly consistent rate.
A little bit of ghost busting there, and now we're going to go and grab the can of oil.
Yeah, the oil is an interesting. Well, it's not an interesting item actually. I'm completely lying, but
useful maybe.
It's useful. It's described as a can of 3-in-1 oil, but we only ever use it for one of those 3 possible purposes, and that's to lubricate a switch to lower a drawbridge.
Also, this little zip here that you'll have seen. This is Duck's done it a few times there now.
Yeah, I always forget about that because it's like just something that's so natural at this point. If you get Dizzy stuck in any kind of terrain, it will push him upwards, and like the idea is, I assume, is to stop you from falling through the world. At any point, you just go back to a safe spot. But if you do it there, you can skip a very minor part of the game. It's just a bit of manoeuvring around a minecart, but it's more easier to do it the way with the skip.
Yeah, it saves a little bit of time there. So
that's the phrase I was looking for.
Yeah. As you can see, we're also going back and forth quite a lot here, but you're coming up farewell reasonably shortly. How about halfway into the run? There is a significant skip that makes a big difference. In fact, probably it's one of the biggest skips in any of the Dizzy games in terms of comparing it to its length. I would agree. I would say. Would you not agree with that, Doc?
I think it saves on the order of 15 minutes, which is like it pretty much halves the length of the run. It's quite a lot. So we've got the Vampire Duck's Feather. This is the second ingredient. I've actually dropped it a bit early there, but it's fine. It's the next ingredient we need for our wizard killing potion, but we're not going to put it in yet because what we need to do is we need to get the rusty bolt cutters from here. I always forget. I think it's the bolt cutters.
So
yeah, it is. Okay.
I love how you drop that spade and you just drop it on the ground and it it digs a hole.
Yeah, extreme digging. And we just do a little skip there. If you jump It is actually a pixel perfect jump, but after playing Manic Miner and Jet Set Willy, those jumps are quite easy. So we jump right at the very edge of the platform. It lets us clip through to the ground above, and then we can just get out without using the mushroom trail to bounce our way out the long way. Now we need this rusty bolt cutters to get access to the leprechaun's wig. So we're going to go down there now. This is also the first part of actually deadly RNG here, because we've got some bats to avoid. And the bat can sometimes just decide to kill you for no reason.
This is a limited life game again, though unlike some of the later ones, you actually can get, you start with 3, I believe, but you can get extra lives. There's Doc just picked one up there. Ooh, and just got back as well.
Yep. There isn't, sometimes if the bat decides to kill you, there isn't very much you can do. You kind of just have to hope that you don't get battered. So we're going to jump over here and we're going to pick up the leprechaun's wig. I'm going to move it closer to the pots, but we're not going to go all the way and put it in yet, because we're going to collect the item we need for our big skip. So normally what we'd have to do is take the dry ice, use it on the running water underneath where we dug the hole with the spade. Solve a massive maze to get a... Oh, I can't even remember what's in there. Is it?
Not quite sure, to be honest.
I can't remember. We don't need it. That's why I don't remember. And then also go all the way to the top of this mountain, pick up an item, drag it all the way to the opposite side of the world, and do that again in reverse. And I've hit that bird. And basically, it takes about 15 minutes to do the whole thing, and we skip all of it just by using the dry ice in a less than intended place.
And it is a fantastic time saver, as Doc was saying, but in the order of 15 minutes. It makes the run. And this game, for the size of it, the age of it, is pretty big. It's a big game. I mean, I never beat this game casually as a kid. I mean, it's quite a challenge.
It's mostly a challenge because of the birds and the bats, which we just have to hope play nice. Okay, so we're supposed to use it in the hole we dug with the spade, but if we use the dry ice just here instead, it freezes this river that we can just walk across. And right here, there's a protective amulet. And we've just done, using one item, what would normally take about 5.
Nice extra life over there as well.
Yep, I'm not going to get it though, because it's annoying to...
All right.
The issue is if I pick that up, then I've got to wait a whole cycle for the lift to go back down and up again.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And I'd rather just, if we die, we die, and I'll load a save state, because I've got one that's right there. So we need to wait for this to move across. There we go. Also, I call this the protective omelette in my splits, just because egg puns. So what the protective amulet does is it allows us to survive being hit by Zax's flying laser beams. And in fact, much like the other items we've had before, the plastic raincoat and the bird seed and the insecticide and the ghost laser, once they are used, if they protect me from something, they will also kill the object that would have killed me. So we actually use the protective amulet to get rid of Zax's laser beams. Or rather, we get rid of one of them, because the other one can't hurt us. Because I suppose his aim's not very good. Fortunately, we've got to drag it all the way to the opposite side of the world before we can get there.
Yeah, again, this set a trend for certain things that you will obviously see in the later sequels, but there's quite a lot of things that are not in this. For example, cloud jumping. But certainly the backtracking aspect of it is present and correct here.
I'm definitely picking up that extra life because that's an easy one to pick up. So we walk into the room, we get hit by the spark and destroy it, and then we just drop the amulet because we don't need it anymore, and we go into this room to pick up the troll brew. So at this point, all we're doing is we're gathering all of the ingredients we need. We have them all easily accessible. That was a nice jump over the bat. I'm surprised that worked.
Nice of the spider as well.
So we're going to go ahead and drop everything into our big pot. I mentioned this last time we did this run, but according to the cassette inlay, the ingredients we use to make the wizard killing potion is also used to make an athlete's foot remedy. I'm not quite sure why the yoke folk would need athlete's foot remedies, because they don't seem to have any issue with that. Although I suppose they never take the shoes off.
There's a few items here that are needed. Obviously, you're going to put all the potion items together, and you've seen the flask there, and there's the torch as well. And what you need to do is you need to get the flask and the torch once you've put all the items in the pot.
Yep. Well, as I said, you can get the flask. I could get it now and drop it on the cauldron just for fun. What happens is it bounces up and down endlessly until you've got the right potion mix. Yeah, I've done that in every marathon run so far. This, let's have a change and not do it. The vampire duck's feather is the next ingredient. We haven't even mentioned the trap in this room with the skeleton. So if you look in the very middle section of that bridge, there is a gap, and if you touch that gap, the bridge will disappear and the game will be impossible to complete from there. Unless you happen to be holding the potion already, then you can kind of get your way to the right hand side, but you can't cross it from right to left anymore.
Yeah, that's one of the major things that I had problems with in this game when I played it. Well, I just could never get I've got a little better with it now, but it's still, you've got to, as long as you know where to jump, then you're okay. But playing it casually, yes, that's responsible for killing many games of runs of this game, I would say.
Yeah, it is actually, it's surprisingly lenient. I'd say you've got about half a second leeway on a jump, which is quite big compared to a lot of the other jumps we do in the game. But even so, if you're not paying attention, it can just catch you out. And that dang sign underneath will be your reaction, I guess. So we drop the empty potion bottle into the mix. We get a full potion bottle out. And now all we've got to do is take it and throw it on Zax.
Yep. Earlier on, we squashed a witch, and now we're going to blow up a wizard. All in a day's work.
This is just Dizzy. It's just what he does.
Yeah, just to point out again, there is actually quite a significant amount. Unlike most of the other Dizzy games that we've shown off in the marathon, this big skip has skipped. Like, for example, that yellow statue. There's a whole underground section underneath there that we don't go to because of the skip. There's a big chunk of the game that's been skipped here.
Okay, so depending on how you define the end of the game does kind of end when we throw the potion bottle at Zax and he starts to melt into the ground. But while that's happening, this text scrolling will give us the story of the ending. But in that room, it's really slow, and the game is only waiting for a certain number of frames before it ends. So what we do is we go ahead and we walk into this room where the game runs much faster, and that will mean it ends faster.
Time coming up?
So time is coming up when that horseshoe stops flashing. That's how I like to measure the end, because that's when controls stop. And that's the end. That's time.
GG. Fantastic one.
That was a. Well, we had a life to spare. I think that's the first time I've actually had a life to spare in a marathon run.
Yeah, that was excellent. Really, really, really good.
Usually I'm firmly clenched the whole way through, but this time we had some spare. That's actually the last of me, as far as runs go. So if you're getting sick of me, you're in luck. I'm only around for one more run, and that's just for commentary. So we'll hurry up and get there, I guess. Is it Fantasy World, Tim?
Yes, got Fantasy World coming up next. I'll be doing Fantasy World Dizzy for the next one.
Yeah.
So thank you again, Doug. That was a brilliant one.
No problem. Thank you. Hello for the final time.
3.
Hello there, folks. Welcome back again. Apologies for the slight issue there. Let's get started. So we're going to get started on this run. I'm going to do a countdown. It's going to be 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, here we go. So, while I'm doing this first little bit here, would you mind giving us a little description, Duck, of what's going on?
Yep, so as you can see at the top, this is Dizzy 3. This is the third game in the Dizzy series, and the last one we're running this time. Again, we've done them pretty much out of order. What have we done? We've done 7, 6, 2, 4, 8, 1, 3.
Yep.
But it's fine. There isn't particularly an overarching story. The only thing you'll miss is this painting here is a reference to Treasure Island Dizzy, which would have been the previous game.
Okay, would you like to describe what I've just done with this dragon here, please, Duck?
Yep. So this is actually quite a major skip. The dragon will move up and down semi-randomly and shoot fire. If you start a new game from a fresh load and hold right for that screen, you will actually pass directly underneath the dragon's fire and just walk past it without any issues. But it's not supposed to be the way you get past here, but it's fine. We've also picked up a bag which will increase the amount of items we can carry from 2 to 4. And I think this is the only time in a Dizzy game you can carry 4 items.
I think that's right, yeah.
It's usually free.
Yeah, it's very, very useful, that item. That's one of the best items in this game. But these skips, this game has probably got quite a few. It's got a couple of skips actually that we'll be utilising here. So the first one, as I say, was the dragon. I also did a little skip over the crocodile as well, because you're actually not supposed to get past him the way I did it.
I think you are. I think it is you are supposed to be able to get across the crocodile without tying him up. Tying him up is just to make it easier.
Right. I always used to tie him up.
The dragon skip is definitely not intended, I think.
Right. Okie dokie. You'll also notice already that I'm doing lots of vandalism here, as we've mentioned in the past. We've got another little skip coming up here as well.
And the red railings are back. I noticed there was some mention of it before. The railings being yellow in Magic Land. But at this point in time, they were still red.
Yep. There we go. Right, now a little trick here. This is a bit that I can sometimes have a few problems with, so we'll see how this goes. Bit of railing there. Nope, that was completely messed up. There we go. That's fine. The idea is you were supposed to put the railing a little bit higher there so you can clip through the lift, but I didn't manage to get it in the right position, so that's not the end of the world.
Items in the Dizzy games actually remove collision. So if you happen to be able to embed it in the ground somewhere, you can actually drop through it. It's usually not a thing we do because it's either a lot of effort to actually clip it into something or it's just has no effect. But in this case, the clip does actually save us some time when it's done right because we can drop straight through the lift.
Okie dokie.
Which we can't normally do.
Yeah, indeed. Now this jump here is very, very important. I have to get this jump right because if you don't get this jump right, then you're pretty much screwed because you can only get past the dragon the one doing it properly. So, but that was fine. So we're done on that. There's the dragon. Leave him for now. We're going to go in here. We're going to drop this crowbar. There's the croc, and then 1, 2. Ah, no. Oh dear. That's not a good start. There we go. This croc can be problematic. This is another run where this game is. I don't know. It's difficult to say. I wouldn't describe it as easy because I still find the croc jump and the bit that's coming up later difficult. On the whole, I would say it's probably easier than Magic Land, but there's still a lot of issues potentially.
And then I would say this is actually harder than Magic Land, just because you don't have the health system. So if you accidentally jump into flames, for example, it's an instant death. So you do have to be a bit more careful.
Right, we've got Denzel there. We're gonna be no. Oh, I missed that jump. We're gonna be antisocial here and not speak to Denzel. We don't need to speak to him in this game. We don't need to speak to him. We don't need to speak to Dylan. We can just they're there, but we don't need to interact with them in any way. Right. Little annoyed at that early crop death, but oh dear, dear. Right. Hope this goes okay because I don't have any save states for this game, so just hope that we can get this right. Right. Okay. Now there's a whole section over to the right here that we're not going to go to. We're just going to use the normal door knocker here. We're going to go in here. We're going to drop the railing. It's fine. Right. Okay. So again, all of this movement here, all of this inventory management is quite specific. You're doing things in a specific order. I'm going to drop the bucket there. I'm going to grab this stone. Okay.
The bucket makes another appearance, by the way. Just mentioning that every time it happens.
Yeah, you've got to have a bucket. Right, get under this drawbridge. Right, if you'd like to explain what's happening with this next guy, please, Duck.
Yeah, so this is the armor rog, and he likes eggs, but he likes bones more. If you drop a bone somewhere, you can make him eat the bone and stay out of your way for the rest of the game.
We'd like to talk about the bird as well.
Yeah, so again, this is the Dizzy Hawk, and it also has a fascination with eggs. Every time you open the inventory, the room resets. So if you open the inventory before the bird gets you, you can actually just infinitely stave off the bird. Normally what you'd have to do is you'd have to hide behind the clouds and sort of do a solid snake maneuver to sneak past when it's not looking at you. But if you just smash the inventory, it's fine. You don't need to do that.
Okay, coming up on a particularly interesting... Oh, I screwed that up. Coming up on a particularly interesting room in a second here. But before we do that, now there's a gap in the planks there. It's very easy to fall into. And there's Dozy. So what we're going to do is we're going to kick Dozy into the water because I like to do that, even though it's very slow. There he goes. Bye bye, Dozy. He's going to float off. We picked up a sleeping potion before we kicked him in the water. And now we have a very, very nasty room here. Well, not nasty in terms of difficulty, and more in terms of positioning. If you'd like to explain this room, please, Duck. When I finally get into it, I should be able to get into it. Come on, there we go. Right, we're in.
Yeah, so this is the amazing illusion, and there's not very much amazing about it. And it's basically every platform here is either solid or not solid, and you can't see which is which. So you kind of have to learn the way through it. If you're playing this game casually, this is an absolute nightmare, and this is why I wouldn't recommend starting with this game as your speedrun if you're going to, because that is about half an hour of your game time.
Yeah, it took me about half an hour the first time.
Yeah.
To get through that. I'm just going to give this bird just going to do the preferred strat for this budgie here, just because that's obviously very slow, but I'd rather do that than, because I've already lost a life, so I don't want to be tempting fate any more than I have to. Okay, so that's the more difficult part of the run done now. So we're going to pick up this bucket. I've still got this stupid croc to deal with though. Right, okay, so 1, 2, 3, there we go, perfect. Right, okay, so we're going to pick up this. Now, this bit is a bit tricky. Oh, come on, dragon. There you go. You've got to get close to him and drop the sleeping potion. And we will let sleeping dragons lie for the second time today. And, right. Now then, we're about to go down under. If you'd like to explain what's happening here, Duck, once I...
Yeah, well, we are literally going down under. We're going through a well, a bottomless well, all the way to... presumably Australia, where of course everything is upside down.
Ugh. That is not the intended way of doing that. And I'm very, very worried about this now. Oh. Right. Oh dear. Right. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be really tough. admittedly, this is pretty much the only, well, apart from the croc, this is about the only area that's going to cause me problems from a death. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Come on. Oh, God. Come on. There we go. There we go. Right. Okay. We're out of there. Right. This is still going to be really tight. This is going to be really clutch. Right. Okay. This last section here. There's quite an important skip here. If you'd like to mention this stuff while we're... because you won't see it.
Yeah, so there's a shopkeeper that appears here, as if by magic. And normally what you'd have to do is you'd have to trade him a pygmy cow for a magic bean, as in the Jack and the Beanstalk story. But as it turns out, we don't actually need the bean, because the beanstalk is so magic that it actually grows without the bean. We just need to water our plot of land.
Yep. So we're now going to take our bucket all the way over here. We're going to get some water, and we're going to make a beanstalk come out of nothing, which is pretty impressive if you think about it. Alright, now then, let's see if I can get this next little bit right. This bit here can be a little tricky. It's not the end of the world if I get it wrong. That should be good. Yep, perfect. That was another little dialogue skip there. There isn't that many in this game, but that's one there, just to save you a text box or two.
We have a valid clean hands % run.
Indeed, and I've just completely messed that up. That's very bad. Yeah, because otherwise you end up putting your hands in the manure, which is less than ideal. You really don't want to do that. It's not so nice. Right, okay.
Well, at least he's wearing gloves.
Indeed, indeed. Right, okay, let me try this again. So, this entire section here, now, this is very interesting. Would you like to talk about the cloud jumping here, Duck?
Yeah, so this is like the... I think this is the first time that Dizzy actually can jump on clouds in the series. And he doesn't sink through them like he does in later games. They are completely solid. Although not all of the clouds you see are solid, some of them are just decoration. So you kind of have to learn which ones are which. But again, once you do that, it's just execution as always.
It's not too bad, to be honest, once you get the hang of it. Right, okay, so now what we're going to do, we've got a few little things to do down here now. We're going to use these gold keys. These gold keys I've been picking up, by the way, all revolve around this lift control hut here. It operates different lifts throughout the area. You'll notice there is one at the top left there. When we did that sort of jump earlier on that went up over the torch, or past the torch, that was actually skipping a lift. And it was quite a big skip too, in terms of time. So we won't be needing that, we won't be turning that one on. Unfortunately, this one here we have to wait. And we have yet another dragon. Lots of dragons in these games. You might think that the Yoke folk, I think you mentioned this before, Duck, it's probably not ideal for them to build their village right over a dragon's lair.
Yeah, well, I mean, you take what you got, really. I guess real estate prices were cheap.
Right, okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to use the pickaxe. That'll open that. We get our rug. Okay, and we have a thing we have to do here as well. Now again, you see the coins. We have 30 coins in this game. That's a pain. And to be perfectly honest, this game, quite a few of them are hidden again. I wouldn't say it's quite as bad as Prince of the Yoke Folk, but there's quite a few of them hidden. And on a casual play, you will find them a challenge. Right, okay, so we've dealt with that. Now that's also the guard that was with us in the place at the beginning. So what we have to do now, unfortunately, is there's actually a coin over there. So I've got to go and thingy the dragon, and I'm going to do a save state before I do it, because I'm not confident that I'm not going to die on that dragon. Because the croc, yeah.
The crocodile, yeah.
Because I don't want to die. I should manage, but I don't want to risk it. Because it would be very, very unpleasant if that was to happen. And it did happen in my BSG run of this game, so I just want to make sure that I'm 100% croc proof. If you time it right, it's not difficult, but it's getting the timing right for it. Right, so here we go. Let's come out here and just take 2 seconds just to do this, just in case we are. Put it in there for now. Right. Okay. There we go. Hello, Mr. Croc. 2, 3. There you go. Managed it without any bother. That was fine. Okay, so we have that little that apple, by the way, you're supposed to give to the guard, but you don't actually need to do it. So in the speed run, you don't.
We've also been passing a certain item right next to the crocodile as well, which is a bottle of whiskey, and you can pick it up and you can use it, and the way Dizzy uses it is he drinks it and becomes drunk and begins to jump about randomly. So I wouldn't recommend doing it, but it's fun to do, I guess.
Okay.
And we've landed in the gator, unfortunately.
Yep. Where did I put that save state? Dear.
The thing you're seeing on screen right now is an illusion. It didn't really happen.
There we go. Okay. I'm glad I did that now. That's exactly the same that happened in the BSG run. Exactly the same thing. Right, it's very, very easy to get that wrong, unfortunately. Very, very easy. Now, I hope I don't get it wrong a second blinking time. Let's just hope we get it right this time. It was Duck talking about the whiskey. Right, okay.
Right.
Let's get this right this time, please. Right, Mr. Crocodile, look, are you going to behave now? Right, okay, so 1, 2, 3. There you go. Got you that time. Excellent. Right, okay, now try not to fall down the well, please. Perfect. Good, good, good. Right, don't fall down the well here. Yeah, that's better. Right, okay, good. This is already going better. So, right. Okay, so we're nearly towards the end now. We've only got a couple of little things to do. We've got to go up and get a coin. There's a coin that's out the way up this beanstalk here. And then what we're going to do then is we're going to rescue Daisy. But Daisy in this game, she's quite demanding. Would you like to explain why she's demanding that?
Yeah, she's well, as far as I know, she just wants some money. You rescue her, and she decides that she also needs 30 coins from you.
Yep, you have to collect your 30 coins and throw them over to Daisy. Not quite sure what she'd want them for, but
I don't think it's ever actually explained what she wants them for. It's just that you need to find 30 coins.
Right, there we go. Finally, took a little bit of hassle to get that, but we got it. You'll notice we're sitting on 27 coins now. I am on target because there is one in the room where I rescue Daisy, and there are 2 in the final section. Because the game does not end when you rescue Daisy. You have to rescue Daisy, and then not only that, but you have to. She goes back to the village. Oh, I nearly ran into those spikes. And you're then going to give her the coins. So we're going to bring our Daisy down, like that. And we are going to go over here, and we're going to go and speak to Daisy, and we're going to get a lovely little sequence here. See Daisy. And of course, we're still not finished, because what we have to do now is go back and... Come on, right. So there's a coin. And this is our last 2 coins. And I do like these last 2 coins. Because these last 2 coins... Sorry, carry on.
I think that text box does briefly explain that you need the coins to buy a house.
Oh, okay, cool.
But we skip past it, so we don't really.
We're not worried about buying a house.
We don't pay attention to it, yeah.
Yeah, we're not worried about buying a house. Oh dear, Mr. Jump, come on.
I don't want to live in this area anyway. There's dragons all over the place.
Yeah, quite. As I say, it's not the most and evil wizards for neighbours. It's not exactly safe, is it? Right, here we go. This is the final part of the game. Time's coming up. What we have to do here is we're going to do a bit of vandalism. We're going to rip off this railing here, grab a coin, and we do the ultimate act of vandalism. We're going to rip off the window of Daisy's hut right in front of her, pick up the last coin, and time's coming up. And time. There you go. That is time now. So there you go. Fancy well, Dizzy. A minor mishap there with the clock, but other than that, relatively happy with that one. That's quite a fast one for me. That's pretty good. So yeah, there you go. And that will be the last one from me as well. So thank you everybody for watching the event. I hope everybody has enjoyed it as well. I will be back very shortly because we have our fantastic finale coming up. We have our Manic Miner Beginners Race, which I'll talk more about very shortly. So stay tuned. Finale is coming up. Cheers. Hello there, folks. Welcome back to the UKSG ZX Spectrum Marathon. We've finally reached the final of our event, and we have a fantastic treat for you here. We have two fantastic runners. We have Hunt601, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
And the wonderful Nico Hart, complete with friend.
Hi, and this is Powdersy. Hi.
And they are going to be challenging each other, and us perhaps, with Manic Miner. Now, to give you quick ground rules before we start, both of these gents have not seen this game before. They have not played this game before. Huds is going to be sponsored by Iron Brew. Nico is being helped by Paldizzi. And the objective here is we are going to see how far they can get in half an hour. So we're going to start a timer, and the version of the game they're playing on has infinite lives. So basically they can keep retrying each screen until they get through it. And the objective here is to see how far we can go. I have the wonderful Ruffled Bricks with me.
Hello, I'm the current world record holder of this game, and I hope you didn't see my run on Friday to cast any doubt on that. I'm going to be here just to pass judgment on what's going on the screen in front of me. But personally, I think one of these two is going to get world record, so I'm looking forward to it.
This is going to be fantastic. And just before we start, I must say a big thank you, first of all, for volunteering, gents. It's a pleasure to have you on board, and thank you so much for being good sports and doing this. Any comments before we start?
I'm scared.
I'm going all in. Speedrunner gloves are on.
Hey, I've got
Brew
gloves
can
too, so
is
we
open.
match, mate. We match. Hey.
Nah, this is going to be
Okay.
awesome. I'm excited.
Okay, here we go then.
So we will have
Let's
to get to like the
started.
little intro screen first, and
Yeah.
it's weird. Like it takes like 2 inputs of enter to actually trigger the start. So we'll get there anyway.
It does.
They
So,
don't want
yeah,
you to be too hasty about it. That's why they want you to only go onto the intro screen when you're ready.
Right, okay, I'll count you in then. So we're going to start. Time starts in 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, so would you like to talk about this room first of all then, please, Ruffled Bricks?
Yes, absolutely. So this is actually the room that Matthew Smith spent most of his time kind of programming this game on, and because of that, it is surprisingly hard for a first room. Huds is actually doing okay so far. He's got to the centre of the room there. Looks like Nico possibly struggling to get up to the centre at the moment, but yeah, you have to. As Tim mentioned in backstage, the object of this one is simply to get all of the items, and then the exit in the bottom right-hand corner will start flashing. Looks like Huds has got most of the items apart from one, which is now in a particularly narky position, and he's got it. Very nice.
Oh, lovely.
How do I get out of here? Oh God.
Next is the bottom right.
Yeah,
I'll
so
give you both a little bit of a hint for the first starter.
Oh.
I noticed that you're both going up over that first bush.
Ah!
It's better to go under that first bush. Go underneath it on the
Yes,
platform and then jump up past it.
I would concur.
I failed.
Also, just note, every jump that you do in this run will cost you 1 frame of walking animation. So if you really want to get that speed down in this game, I suggest jump as little as possible.
Save the frames.
Yeah, you know the drill.
It is possible to jump from the end of the conveyor belt onto that second platform up if you go right to the very edge. It's exceedingly precise, and it doesn't really save you a lot of time, but it is doable.
Hud seems to have got the central stalactite jump down now, by the looks of it. It's just the bushes he now needs to start worrying about.
Which has
As
always
I
been my
said.
problem in life.
I've got several questions about that
So
statement.
that's why I brought it up, Hud. So, sorry.
He's chasing me.
And now they're neck and neck in the central cabin. In fact, they're actually, from where I'm sitting, they actually look like they're exactly
very
in sync.
close. As I say, remember, folks, the bottom. Ooh, okay, remember to go underneath, Nico. You don't need to go up there. You can go right the way along underneath that bush and then jump up through the platform.
Oh.
And it means you don't have to jump over that green bush.
That advice also applies to Huds as well.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. But no,
Coaching.
because, well, I'm coaching you both. Because
Oh,
you don't
right,
need
I
to
see what
jump
you
over-
mean
know
now.
what
I
mean?
see.
Go underneath. Yeah, go along
There we go.
underneath
I get it now.
and then jump up. And that's easier.
I get it. Okay.
Ooh, close on that jump there, Huds. That was good.
How's the steering wheel inputs treating you, Nico?
Actually, fine. I've actually coded this so that like there's a bit of a buffer between turning it like the dead zone, if you know what I mean. So that way I don't make any accidental inputs and stuff like that.
Oh, you're using jump on the pedal. That's absolutely brilliant.
Oh, good to get.
Oh, I've just realised my mistake. Oh, I'm such an idiot.
So I'm gonna give HUDs a bit of a tip regarding the conveyor belt. The direction that you are currently looking to go on the conveyor belt when you go back down, that only works on the PC version.
Yeah, and I've literally just realised what I need to do there.
Yeah. There's a lot of space in that level. Use it all.
Oh. Okay.
Here's a tip for the top bit as well. You've got the stalactites. To get that second item, it's generally best to jump from just under the first stalactite.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm jumping too early.
Too far forward, Nico.
I think I understand. Like I can do it like actually at the point of the key rather than like earlier on.
Yeah, no, the jump trajectory. Yes, the jump trajectory takes a little bit of getting used to in this game, but once you've got it, it's much easier to see where you're going with it.
Okay, Hans has got all the items. Is making his way back down now.
There we go.
Well, I'm an idiot.
Go!
And he's also going the bottom route as well to get to the exit. A nice safe strat there, and it looks like HUDs has made it into cavern number 2.
GG.
The cold room rather.
Got the count.
I'll keep an eye on Nico just now, so I'll just give you anything that I can see that may benefit you. You're doing well. That's looking good. And then just one jump there, and then just about there. That's it. Oh no, sorry. Bit earlier than that.
Bit earlier, yeah.
Yep.
I think HUDs is going to have to take a death here. He is basically been
I'll catch
pinioned
up.
by a
I'll
blue
catch
penguin.
Penguin. I'm sure you will, Nico. Yeah, I'm just watching here. You're powered by steering wheel as well, and the HUDs is powered by Iron Brew. So.
We've all got our companion.
Right. So, as I say, the most difficult part of this level, first level, is probably the top bit, I would say.
Nice dodge on the blue penguin there. Yes, something to bear in mind as well is Willie's jump height is fairly limited, so there's only so high he can get with each jump.
Not laughing, you're laughing.
Oh, God.
I'm crying.
That was well too early.
Yeah, it was too early. The other thing to remember is also, it hasn't really come up yet, but there is falling damage here.
Oh, no way.
Just be aware of falling damage. You can only fall a certain height.
Yeah, 2 down.
Yep, HUDs is through room number 2.
Now in the menagerie. It's the first one where you can't stand around and hang about because you're already in the cycle of an enemy, so you're going to want to get out of their way. There we go.
Okay.
Nicely done.
This one. We got it.
This top platform is going to be interesting to see how HUDs tries to negotiate this.
Yeah, this is where this level gets tricky.
Yeah.
Going to suggest very carefully.
Oh,
Oh, that's a mistake.
I think HUDs is he almost lucked out on the cycle there. Like to have got that first time would have been phenomenal.
Yeah, go Nico. Oh no, too early. You've got to time that jump on that push.
God's sake.
You got the stalactite bit right though. Did get a good cycle on that top bit, didn't they?
Not too bad, but let's see if he can figure out how to get past this. Well, he got that key in the process. Unfortunately, he can't keep it.
Oh, I forgot about full damage.
Yeah, so this is the menagerie is the first room where that's really going to come into play. The full damage, like it crops up in the first 2 as well, but only at really specific points. But menagerie is a big risk. Good jump there, and okay, HUDs, do you want to tip as to how to hold place on those platforms?
I would love to know. I'm guessing jumping vertically.
Yes, if you vertically jump in position, then you'll only lose like 1 frame of the crumbling platform.
It's a good way to do
per
that.
jump. So,
Good. Keep going. Further. That's it. Jump. Okay. Now be careful here. Okay. No, you were too close in.
I hate these bushes.
Yeah, it's just watching your jump trajectory and just watching where you're, because the game is pretty much pixel perfect in terms of collision. So you just need to be very careful that you're not clipping your foot on something. As a general rule, it's perhaps not always applicable, but I would always err on jumping earlier than later, because
Okay.
otherwise, if you get too close into something, you are going to hit it with your foot. Yep, that's
Okay,
perfect.
Going for
That was also good. And you
Just
can
the
jump again
last-
from there. Should be able to jump again from there. Yep, there you go. Okay, now you've got to make your way back down. It's just back onto the wall. And then you've got to go over him. So you just wait till he starts coming back towards you. Over him, and then go right down to the
Okay.
bottom.
Oh,
No,
got
And
it.
you're in. And you're in.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Woo! Nico got past the second
hell yeah!
This is rigged.
And it looks
Well
like Huds has got the menagerie as well. Just needs to figure out how to get this last key here. I don't want to lead him by the nose too much, but that is not the way, unfortunately.
How is
Nico's getting penguined. That's collapsing
Oh.
floor there, Nico. And that's a conveyor belt.
There is a subtlety. There you are. Yes. So that is the direction you want to kind of grab that from. But you don't have to do that at the beginning. You
Okay.
can do that at the end. There's kind of that key is pretty much open to interpretation.
It
as
doesn't
to-
matter. I do it at the end. Do it at the beginning. Sorry, and I think Bricks does it at the end. But it doesn't matter which order you do that one.
Alright.
I think Nico's actually making quite
Very
good
good
work of the
progress
cold
here.
room.
There's a
Wait.
shortcut here, Nico, if you wanted to take it.
Well, he's waiting for us to tell us now.
I realise what a shotgun is, but like, I fancy just going down anyway.
Yeah, you could have jumped over the side.
Oh god,
There you
okay.
go. You're now into the menagerie. And Huds is in Ruffle Bricks' favourite room.
It's the hardest room in the game, guys. You'll struggle with this one, I'm telling you. If I struggled, you have to struggle.
Okay.
Now, the section at the top, Nico, is all collapsing floor. So you just need to
Okay.
be aware of that.
Thanks for the
You'll
heads
need
up.
to time. You'll need to time the sort of cycles for it. Can't get up there.
Yep, okay.
Oh no, I'm dead.
I realise the error of my ways now.
So yeah, abandoned uranium workings is mostly just platforming, effectively. Those two seals
Damn.
at the bottom shouldn't be too much of an issue. It's just a case of figuring out what the jumps are for your items.
This is great, by the way. Really enjoying this.
Come on! Come on!
Oh, you landed on the top of him.
Landing on the head is always a pleasant experience.
At the end of the day, I think that like these are all mistakes that pretty much anyone kind of like starting to try this game would make in the process of figuring it out. So
Yeah, I never completed this game until 2 years ago.
yeah,
This game, I think you were the same, were you not, Ruffle Bricks?
well, I never played it as
Yeah, I never played it, yeah.
There you
kid, but like
It's
yeah,
not an easy game.
How,
Oh.
hold on.
Hud's taking a bit of a plummet there.
yeah. Huds is favouring a route that I would argue is slightly too high in terms of getting to the left, but looks like he has figured out how to get up to the top left.
Not again! I did it
Very
again!
nice.
Not the bird!
There we
It's
go.
all right. There's still a chance for you to steal.
Yeah, again, remember, Nico, the jump trajectory is fairly narrow, so if you're doing that jump, make sure you're quite close to the edge of the platform.
Yep.
Now you need to wait for this purple to be under this first key before you go for it, and then you can get the cycle. Then you're probably not going to get it now.
Well,
because
there's a
it's
few
gonna be out of
different ways.
cycle.
There's a few different ways of getting that cycle, but yeah, that's usually one of the better positions for it.
Oh no, 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 no. Oh.
If you get to the top left and wait for the purple bird to come to the left, and wait until it's directly under the first key, and you
Right.
can basically jump right the way along then,
Okay.
It's like
and
Huds
it'll match up.
has got level 4 down.
Yep, we've got the ubiquitous Eugene's lair.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's see if you
There
can
we
figure
go.
this one
Why
out.
is there a
Bit close
toilet
up.
coming after me? What?
Oh god,
Get
no!
attacked by a toilet. Nico will appreciate that.
What?
You just
What?
experienced color clash.
Oh god! Oh god! You
I
can't.
just got bodied by
Whoa.
two birds at the same time. That's again pleasant. Ooh.
Oh, there's a thing in the sea. Oh god! Talk about making it hard to see. So I wouldn't want to play this if I was colourblind.
What, the red?
There you go.
Oh, like the
Should be right.
purple on the
Keep going,
red.
keep moving, then jump to get that key.
Oh
Keep moving,
yes,
keep
yeah,
moving,
Nice.
keep
that is
moving. Jump to get the bird. Keep moving,
very
keep moving, keep
sneaky
moving.
mechanic, right, that one.
Top down. And that's it. You've got it.
There we go.
Down,
Nice.
Excellent.
Down.
Nice work, Nico.
and over. There you go. You're into number 4.
Nice. Okay, that's a good start.
Okay, abandoned uranium workings.
And I'm
Please
wondering
catch
if you'd like to know about a little conveyor belt trick that you can do. Would either of
Always.
you like to know about that?
Yeah,
Always.
sounds
Okay.
sounds good. And I
You
took
don't
full
have to
damage.
use this. You don't have to do this, but if you fall onto a conveyor belt and hold the opposite direction to the way the conveyor belt is going, that will hold you in place. And then you can let go when you feel ready to walk down the conveyor belt.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, flashing lights.
Yeah, that's an extra life, by the way.
Oh, good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
You now have infinite lives plus 1.
yeah. You've now got 3 at the bottom left-hand side of the screen there.
Run away, run away, run away. Oh,
Missed
come
the
on.
key at the top left, Nico.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that nice dodge on the nighttime toilet there from HUDs.
Totally. What is going on?
Yeah,
Just
top,
you wait to get to Eugene's lair.
top toilet is for daytime, bottom one is for nighttime.
Full
There are other
damage.
interpretations.
Ugh.
Oh
no!
no! Yeah, a lot of scope for full damage in abandoned uranium workings, as I know dearly.
Yeah, we raced this game at UKSG in January, and Ruffle Bricks unfortunately took a death in the matter of radio workings, which was the only death in the mother thing. So.
I think I had a warehouse death as well, but yeah, that was the one that stuck in my mind the most. And HUDs has just taken a bit
I
of
wasn't
full
paying
damage
attention
there off the end of the conveyor belt in Eugene's lair.
Nico's managing to die to the static nasty in the abandoned uranium workings, which is a bit novel.
It's hey, listen, it's the hardest room in the game, Tim. Don't try and trivialize it.
Yes, indeed. Right, let's have a look at how we're doing.
I did it again. Anyway.
How are we doing on time, Tim?
Coming up for 15 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, not too bad. Not too
So
bad.
doing brilliantly. Loving every second of this. Thank you so much.
What's the world record on this?
14:33.
Oh, okay.
Well then.
Yeah. So sorry, guys.
It's like that, is it?
It was a valiant attempt. I did it again! No!
Yeah. Oh no.
The double input.
Oh.
I decided to headbutt a toilet.
Oops, upside your head. I said,
Done
oops,
that many
upside your
times.
head. Okay.
We going?
I'm interested to see. Oh, once again, falling off the edge of the conveyor belt in Eugene's lair. The thing is, you don't even know the half of what's remaining in the second half of this level.
Yeah. We're not going to say anything.
I'm going to
about
keep tight-lipped about that for the moment.
Yeah, me too.
But,
Yeah.
Because I just want to see what happens.
that. Exactly. I want to see the. I would say that Eugene's lair is probably the hardest level that you've in the first.
Hardest level in the
top 5.
first section of the run. Yeah, absolutely. Just because there's just so much going on in it.
And toilets. Toilets
Yeah.
always cool.
Okay, there we
It's almost
go.
a metaphor, isn't it, for
There you
where
go.
where your run goes. Okay, this is going to be tricky. He's got to the bottom left item here. Is he going to be
Interesting
able
way
to
of
figure
doing that,
this out?
Nico. Right, that's good. Now be careful. Don't go up the top.
Nice.
Don't go up the top. Don't. Well, you can, but you have to come back down because you can't make that jump across. You just fall and die.
So HUD's absolutely nailed the Q jump there. Now he has chosen to go for the bottom middle items.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Nico. You're nearly there. You're nearly there.
Hey!
Now be
Nice.
careful. Be careful with the toilets.
Careful the
Joe's now going
toilets.
to go into toilet trouble.
Yeah, toilet time.
Oh
There you go.
See
god!
how HUD gets the final items there.
You got killed by a toilet.
Twice.
Not too much of a puzzle to get them, HUDs. It is jumpable.
No!
Ugh.
A little further along next time is what you
Okay.
need for that.
This level is a fun one, Nico. This one's definitely a fun one.
Okay.
You need to get the time in.
I'll tell you this, HUDs. The strat that you used for getting past the bush in the bottom left would be a good one to use to get that item on the right when you get to that jump. If you can remember what that was. The jumps that you did.
So that jump is doable then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Nico is
It's,
landing
it's
in
the
the toilet.
last,
a few
the
times.
last 2 pixels are of that platform are what you need to jump from.
Wait till he hits the ceiling, Nico, and then once he hits the ceiling, you can then do the jump across.
Okay.
You need to jump from the very end of the conveyor belt, though.
Right.
Someone has just said in chat, this is the most 90s British thing ever. It's actually the 80s.
Yeah, very 80s.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh
a bit
god,
early
did
there.
it again.
You were too early.
we're not that far behind culturally, but
Oh, vertical jump over the toilet. Very nice. You really don't want to land in these toilets. Not very nice.
Oh no. Oh, messed that up
Right.
completely.
Oh,
So, again, too
Oh.
early.
hold on, I think the again. Was it? There we go.
very much a flagship enemy of the Jet Set Willy franchise.
What, the toilets? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah. They have. They definitely stuck in my mind when I first got to this as a kid. It was like clapping toilet.
Oh,
It's shaking its lid at you. It's
Ah.
great.
it's lit at you. Nice.
Hey, look, it is. Look at it. It's clapping.
and Nico, did you hear my bit of advice about the conveyor
Please
belts earlier?
reiterate.
Yeah, when you fall onto a conveyor belt, if you hold the opposite direction from the way the conveyor belt is going, that will hold you in place.
Okay.
And then you just let go of the directional button when you want to move.
Got it. Got to bear that in mind.
Hudson's getting very close.
Yeah,
on this
it's kind of
side.
helpful. It's not essential for this level, but I
It
find
doesn't
it's
seem
a
to
nice
work for
thing.
me.
Oh, really? It's interesting.
You could
Okay,
go.
I need-
you
I
can
need
go
to-
at least
I was
2
trying
pixels
to
further
hold
forward
right
there,
against that conveyor belt, and it was just
Huds.
still going.
I've never coached anyone speedrunning with a steering wheel. Unfortunately,
It's literally just
so,
inputting the same buttons and stuff like that, unless it's like, I don't know.
Ah, okay. Maybe that's not. In that case, then I'd suggest waiting on that platform above it.
Okay.
until you got a good cycle.
Sounds good.
But yeah, when Eugene's head is very near the top of the level, that's a good time to drop down.
Okay.
I was gonna ask Nico, what have you mapped your buttons to? What you have-
Q. I got on my Twitter actually. That'd be a good point of looking. Okay, good. I know I've got Q space and another button, which I can't remember off the top of my head.
Hod's gone for the central items again here. Now going for the right-hand items. Let's see if he gets the jumps this time.
Okay.
That should do it from there. That'll definitely do
Yeah,
it
that's
from
a
there.
good place.
Yes. Can I fall from here?
You
Oh,
can.
yes, you can. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, why did I fall there?
But there's a problem.
Is he gonna kill me?
There's only one way to
What do you
find
think?
out.
Why would you do that to me? Why?
Okay, so Huds, do you have any idea why that happened?
No!
Because I listened to your advice.
No.
That
No.
jump is doable, Nico. You just need to be a wee bit closer in.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna
You're both
go.
doing amazingly well here.
Yeah. All right. I will let you have another look at this level and see if you can figure out why that happened. If you don't get it, then I'll intervene.
Oh, do you have to time it while he's still up at the top to then sneak in?
There's a little bit of that. But it's basically about what triggers that happening.
Hmm.
There is a relatively easy way to bypass it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm stuck on the pattern of the belt, so I can't do
Try
much
giving
about that.
subtle clues as we go along, actually. So Hud's grabbing the middle items there again, and then going for the right-hand ones.
Oh. Okay, so it did work there for a second.
Yeah, you held it there for a second, but unfortunately,
Oh, I think I just figured it out. Okay.
What do you reckon? Or do you,
Oh,
not want, do you not want to give it away since
Hold on.
Nico's
No,
in the
I
same
don't
room
know.
with you?
I've got a 4.
I mean, to be honest, we're in this together.
I was thinking like if you tapped it, then it might work, but no.
I'm honestly thinking that you need to get that last one when he's pretty much at the top.
Okay, that is one way of doing it.
you can do it that way.
Yeah, there is another slightly better way of doing it, but
Is it the order you're getting them in?
oh, now you're cooking. Do you want to try a different order?
Ooh, sounds tasty.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Leave that one till last.
There you go. He's got it.
You cracked it.
That makes it much easier.
Yeah, it is actually possible
I'll
to
tell
do
you as
that.
well, Nico. Leave that bottom left one.
Yeah.
Get the one on the right first. Leave that one. Get the other one. Because
And
when you
also-
get
Nice.
the last item... Oh, you got it. Good. Now
Oh
come
wow,
back.
this is actually getting really close now. Again.
Come back. Now, be careful here. Be very careful. Because when you collect that item, he's going to start coming down. Oh, go!
Oh,
Wait, do you have to get in there before he gets in there or something?
Get in! Oh, so close.
So if he goes down, is he going to stay there permanently, or?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a mishap. Okay.
You have to wait until he's at the top, so you've got time to get in the exit. You nearly made it, but you were just...
It's not a mishap. It's the actions of someone who doesn't like being robbed. So, meanwhile, Hud's is on the processing plant now.
That's nice.
And
Yeah,
tackling
processing
the
plants.
not Pac-Men. And yeah, processing plant isn't too difficult a level. Figuring out the order for it is probably the best in terms of like what's optimum. But once it doesn't really matter that much this time. No one's going to stop you getting out of this one.
Yeah, this is fine. This one.
This last key might be a little bit tricky to get.
Just wait there, Nico, until his head hits the top of the screen. For
Okay.
that bit, for the conveyor belt. So
Oh,
you just wait
Hud's-
on that blue platform until
that
Eugene's
very
head
nice
hits the
Right.
screen.
Okay.
Oh, Hud's just one cycled the processing plant.
Ooh.
Yeah, not almost. Needs to get this. This is there you are. Pixel perfect jump on the exit. Yeah, very nicely done. And into the vat.
Come on, Mr. Eugene. Don't be uncouth. Don't be unkind.
Yeah, we need to wait until he hits his head off the top.
I just
Mhm.
did the
As
most
soon as he
Sonic
hits his
thing ever
head,
with a
then go.
straight jump.
There we go.
And then that puts you.
And
now,
I
you
fell
might need
down
to jump out.
on him.
No, you need to go further on the conveyor belt, and you'll land on the edge of the platform. Then you need to do a vertical jump to avoid the toilet.
Oh God. Okay. I did have a cycle earlier on that worked a little bit nicer, but I can't remember what it was now.
Hud's is about to find the gimmick of the vat
Oh.
here, which is a whole selection of crumbling platforms that he needs to
Oh.
negotiate to get all these keys.
Poop.
That wasn't it, but how transferable are the skills from speedrunning Sonic to speedrunning this? Out of interest.
I mean, as I just found out, I mean, straight jumps are definitely a thing. Aside from that, I mean, it's a 2D platformer. I mean, I suppose in some ways it's transferable.
Makes sense.
Yeah, not much else.
Fair enough.
Yeah. When I asked him, Argic very politely refused when I mentioned this.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a shame.
Right, straight up, straight up. Oh no, you didn't. You missed the platform. Maybe wait for it. I think you can get away with maybe going a little bit earlier. I think Nico. Maybe I'm not entirely sure. Go a little bit before he hits the top.
Nah. I'll stick with one of the patterns that did work earlier on. I think it's just had to wait for him to fall down a little bit more, so just so I can get over him, and there'll be the right time for the shadow toilet, which I guess is transferable to Sonic as well, because Shadow.
Yes.
Are we suggesting that
Doesn't
Shadow
matter.
is a
I
toilet
hit
character?
the bush. Sorry.
That's his lair. Right, going down the crumbling platforms again. Oof. And yeah, you definitely need to jump if you want to avoid the crabs. I guess they are.
There's some
in the,
ropey collision.
They are crabs.
I hate static enemies majorly.
There's
Only
a
in this
lot of
game
them.
more so, but still.
In this game, yeah, they're like the spikes in Sonic,
True.
effectively. From Sonic 1, so the ones that basically just kill you, even if you've got like a damage boost going.
There
Okay,
we go.
This is looking,
All right.
this is looking all right. Oh, probably shouldn't have gone that high up though.
Not less
after
than
that one.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. There's time for Huds to possibly get to the Kong Beast.
All right. Gamer mode activate.
I need some more iron, bro.
And I died. So that's gamer mode. Good.
Yeah, I'm just taking a refresh.
Can I officially say I hate Eugene? I hate him.
He's not the most well loved character in this game's lore, that's for sure. And he is based on a real person as well. Apparently, someone who do you remember who it was, Tim?
Yeah, Eugene Jarvis, who coded Defender.
Yeah, I don't know if Matt Smith tried to like burgle him one time and he blocked the exit. I don't know if that's why why he named the character after him. But well, let's see. There we go. That's
Those
a nice
noises
jump.
sound very familiar.
Top right one there. Then dropping down. Going to the left for this one. Looks like he's so it looks like he's trying to do in height order this time, which I'd say is valid up to a point. You might find there's some problems with that a bit further down the chain.
Nico, that's good. Yep.
Oh,
Eugene.
that was close.
Oh, nearly into the yellow toilet.
Wow.
No!
Oh no!
I hate bushes.
Take a runner.
They're green and spiteful. How dare they? All right, let's go.
Okay, right. That's looking good now on the VAT. With HUDs here. Now just going to see how. Oh, nicely done. And
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh,
I should have jumped. I realised literally too late. Like, oh, I can jump and delay this.
Bushes! God damn it!
Pushed again.
Ah,
Oh, this is insane. Right, we're coming up on time, folks.
Huts,
that yellow
GG!
kangaroo is the last piece of the puzzle there, HUDs.
I
If
believe in
can
you,
get past
Nico. You
that,
can
then-
do it.
I don't
minute
think
left.
so. I don't like Eugene or bushes. I figured that out. That's my life. My life goal is now to continuously hate on those. Okay.
Don't let the toilets defeat you.
Okay,
If I can
so-
get this one by the end of the round, I'll be happy. I'll be happy.
There we go. This is looking good on HUD's side. Running to the right here, over the crab there, and then what's he going to do? Oh, nice little vertical jump there. 2 vertical jumps for good measure.
Missed the
Dropping
toilet.
down,
Well, oh, in the toilet.
and he's just waiting there. Good move, actually.
No!
Oh, got into the crab there.
Oh, so close. There's still time. There's still time.
How much time's left?
30 seconds.
Oh,
no.
okay. I think
Probably not enough time.
I'll go for it anyway.
Yeah,
Right.
keep going. Keep going. Nico wants to beat these toilets, don't you, Nico?
I would like to grab a hammer and smash a porcelain toilet. I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about real life. It would please me in many different ways.
There we go. So I don't know if he's going to be able to get this in time, but this is looking good again. So
Yeah,
grab him.
that's
Oh, no,
time.
that's terrible, that's
Keep going
terrible.
for a
Ah,
second,
that's-
yeah.
I've made a mistake.
I missed
I've
it.
made a mistake. I have made huge mistakes here.
Oh, well, I'm still intrigued to see if he gets out of this.
Yeah, no.
Ah, sadly not.
Yep, there we go then, folks. That will be time.
GG,
Okay.
Nico.
I'm done.
GG to the both of you.
GG
Eugene,
to both
I
of
hate you.
Yeah, GG. So Nico got to Eugene's lair, which is level 5, and is constantly ending up in the toilet. And HUD's got to level 7, which is the VAT. So thank you, gents. Before we finish, comments?
I hate Eugene. I hate bushes and I hate toilets. Apart from that, that was a lot of fun. Huds, GG, buddy.
GG, Nico. I think everyone will agree when I say that no one wins in this kind of race.
Well, I just want to say though, I did set a commiseration prize for Nico, and if he looks in Twitch chat, then he will be able to see it when he gets a phone.
Oh God, no!
Yeah, Nico.
You got an emote of Eugene. Ah!
How could you not?
I just want to rid it from my memory.
It's gonna haunt your dreams.
You'll see him popping up in your channel every now and again, Nico. and
Oh,
you'll be
God.
reminded of it.
I look forward to it. Question mark.
Okay. So, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to say a final couple of quick words, and yeah, that will be us. So, thank you so much, everyone. A big thank you to everyone at UKSG for helping us put this on. Massive shout outs to Huds and Nico as well for their good sportsmanship on this. I do appreciate it, gentlemen. It's an honour, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was
Super fun.
It was so much fun, though.
Really glad to have done it.
Cool. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you've enjoyed 3 evenings of Spectrum stuff. It's been really good fun. A big shout out to UKSG Side Events team and all the UKSG staff. Big shout outs to all of our runners. Ruffled Ricks, Angel Interceptor, Sparks, Someone, Huds, Nico, and myself.
Digital Duck.
Digital Duck. Oh, I nearly forgot Digital Duck. Sorry, Duck.
Yeah.
Anyway, no. Yeah, carry
I
on.
was going to say this was the first attempt at one of these that we've done, and it was mostly me, Tim, and Duck on the runs for this. And what I would say to that is that if you think there should be more people running, then please do start speed running Spectrum games. There's loads of stuff for the console, and there's loads of very good emulators for it as well that you can use. So you don't even need to get real hardware compared to what some people think. So yeah, I'd say just look up your local Spectrum games, and
Okay. Right, I think that'll be us then. Is anything else you'd like to say, anyone? A big well done. Okay, right.
thank you,
Well,
Tim. Thank you, Tim,
yeah.
for.
Well, thank you very much. It's been an honour and a privilege, and it's been great. And yeah, that'll be us. So we will be. So stick. I think we're going to know if we'll be raiding somebody. We will be doing. So yeah, but thanks very much everybody for watching, and cheers.
And don't run pajama armor. That's the last thing I'll say. Please don't.
Nico's going to be dreaming of toilets tonight, aren't we, Nico?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Everyone.
Cheers.
Cheerio.
Cheerio for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.